It's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. What's poppin'? Welcome to the next episode of Let It Flow. I got a special guest with me, Lex.
Lexxiam.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, actually.
Doing good?
Yeah.
So tell me this. Who is Lex?
Who is Lex? Lex is a beautiful black woman. Lex is a mother, a daughter, a sister, a caring, loving person. But I got a little rough side to me. I could be girly, I could be a tomboy. So I think I'm just a little human being.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So you seem so wild every time I see you, like on the internet and in person.
Right.
Tell me, where does this come from? Like, were you always like that?
I always like that. Yes, honestly, I have like a crazy personality, right? I think my personality is very outgoing. So I kind of wanted to find content that matched me. Like,
Right.
Even when I was in high school, I used to always be like, whatever head ass, like, to people, right? Because I feel like I was a little class clown. But, yeah, I'm always playful. But I always had a little crazy side to me, which I feel like I'm kind of letting go. But for my content, it's still there, you know?
Right. You mentioned that before the podcast. You've been
Right.
calming down a bit.
I've been calming down a little bit. I have.
So what do you
Yep.
think is causing that?
I think it's just me knowing that life is short. I'm getting older. I don't got time for all that.
Right.
I have two beautiful young boys that are watching me.
Twins,
so I
right?
Yeah, twins. They 4. So I kind of want to just like I know I don't have to do all that now.
Right.
You know, but love gets you crazy sometimes. So
It do.
I know you understand.
Oh,
You
I
got
understand.
your own relationship, so I could be crazy a little bit, but I've been chilling, you know.
Yeah. Love has definitely had me do some crazy things too.
Right. So you could relate.
Oh, I could definitely relate.
Right.
So congrats on 1 million subscribers.
Yes. So I'm so happy.
It's
It took
crazy.
me a while. No, it took me a year and a half of really working hard on my channel, because at first I really didn't care for it.
Right.
But it took me a year and a half to get there. And when I got there, guess what it felt like?
What do I feel like?
Not shit. Like, honestly, I'm so grateful for everybody that subscribed and supported me. But when I got there, I was like, okay, I hit 1 million, yay. Now I got to keep going. So I really didn't celebrate for real. But I
Right.
did have a 1 million party that I didn't even know I was having. So I was happy about that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big accomplishment, no
Yeah,
doubt.
it is. It is.
You know, one of the things about humans is like whenever, like, this is how we are. Like, it's like we're never really fully satisfied. Like, whenever we
Right.
meet a goal, we always want more. But some people will get so happy about an accomplishment, be like, all right, I did it. And that's it, you know? So so it's good to feel that way. It's good to
Right.
feel like, all right, I'm here. You know, I don't want to get too happy because there's work to get done. You know what I'm saying? We're not really happy till we hit, 10 million, 20 million, but 1 million is still a huge accomplishment, no doubt.
Yeah,
There's a
I'm
lot of people who want to get there.
I'm happy.
So what got you into content creating?
Actually, Jack got me into it.
Really?
Yeah, we have a channel together. Lex and Jack. I honestly would not have done YouTube without him. I feel
Really?
like that was his dream, so he kind of brought me along with it, and he seen I was good for it too. So that's what got us into like doing a couple channel, right? So he would like go to work all the time. He would make sure we had everything we need, cameras, lighting. He'll be studying at work, and so I feel like he got me into it. We kind of branched off to do our own thing, and yeah, I feel like it was a good thing that we did, you know? Like,
For sure.
We got bigger apart, but we still known together.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like he got me into YouTube because I have a good personality, but I don't think I ever would have thought, oh, let me do something on the internet.
Right.
Like I be chilling. So
Facts. Well, shout out to Jack for getting you into it.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Cause both y'all are good at what you do. Y'all have like the content y'all doing separately are
Right.
completely different than each other, but they're both public, but y'all both good at it, no doubt.
Right.
He told me that too when he was on the show that he got you into it, and that's actually crazy.
Yeah,
It's the
I
same
seen
with
him
me.
say that
With,
with his ugly self, talking about he edit better than me. Yeah, right.
Is that true?
I don't think so.
No?
I think it just depends on what we're editing. So if we're editing something cinematic, or if we just throwing something up. So it depends on what we're editing.
So is he better at cinematic?
He not better at nothing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That's funny.
I feel like we make a good team, and here's why.
Right.
He has such great ideas in his head, and I feel like I just assist and add to it. And when it's on camera, it looks good.
Right,
you know?
right.
So I feel like I could edit and I see what looks good, but his ideas are so great. So when you put us together, we make a good team.
Right, that makes sense, because if both y'all were just super good at editing and no one was good at like making it happen, and then it's not really going to help. Like to bring two people together, I feel the same with me and Leia.
Right.
Like we both have different qualities that we bring together, and she got me into YouTube. I would have never did YouTube if it weren't for her. She was like begging me to do that shit, like do the couple shit.
And you glad you did it.
Yeah, I'm glad I did it now. So
Another thing is, I would say, it depends on what mood we're in. Because if we don't feel like doing this shit, we're not doing it. Like,
right.
And that's with both of us. We the same on that. So we got to actually be in a mood to edit and get it done. So
and shoot too.
Yes,
because like there's a lot of, it's hard to force a video. Like I don't think
Mm-hmm.
people understand, like as like YouTube couple, like when you're trying to do content, or even if it's just a vlog, and one of y'all don't feel like shooting, you're like, come on, let's. It's like it'd be awkward videos. Like it causes arguments. Did you go through that?
Yes, we have argued several times behind a video, or we not doing it right. You know.
Right.
So.
Or someone just don't feel like doing it. You're like, like, yo, we got to do it now. We need to put it out today.
Right. Yeah. Yes, I've been there. I've been there. So I understand.
Do you feel like being a YouTube couple can actually hurt the relationship?
I think it can if you let it. Cause I feel like sometimes like you rushing the post and you're not really tending to your relationship. Like, so you have to eat, sleep, breathe YouTube if you want it to work, right? So you're not really tending to the relationship, and you kind of get carried away with it. So like you're not going on dates, you're not doing anything that you really want to do. You're worried about, I need to record, I need to post, who gonna edit today? You know, so it's like more so it's just a work relationship if you let it get that far.
Right. Because even when you're going on dates, it'd be like,
you gotta record it, yeah.
Look at the food and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it doesn't feel real.
It don't. And then it's like, are you just doing this because we gotta post?
Right,
or
exactly.
Yeah, so I feel you on that.
Or why do we go to this restaurant, this fancy restaurant? Because you want to take me there? I'm sure that's what Leia be thinking. Or because it's for the video.
But see, that's why you gotta do stuff off camera. And I feel like we didn't. We were just like, and then having kids plays a part too, because now you got to find somebody to watch them. And at this point, you're just filming and having sex. Like, it's not really a relationship. So, yeah, I would say it hurts it, but if you let it.
Right, yeah. It's something to learn from. I think with me and Leia, it happened too. And then we just kind of like realized that, like, yo, hold up. Like, we didn't really post much last year.
Really?
To try to work on that type of stuff. Like a lot of stuff happened, but yeah. And that's speaking to YouTube couples out there, they need to know that. Like you got to pay attention. Don't just only do YouTube, like, because at the end of the day, your relationship is more valuable than the YouTube channel.
Right.
Because no matter how much money you make, that's not worth your relationship. There's no dollar price on a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when YouTube couple became a thing, had been new kind of, so I don't think people realize that, you know, like after a while you're like, oh shit, wish we knew this at the beginning, you know, but it is what it is. So have you ever felt like you were going to get beat up in one of your videos?
Yes. Yes, I have. Cause you just never know like what people have in their purse or what they gonna do. So it's like you gotta kind of be on your toes the whole time.
Right.
So yes, I have feel like I was about to get hit on for real. And so
Or shot.
yeah, or shot. But I think that brings the excitement to my videos.
Right.
Them not even knowing what's finna happen to me.
Right.
And I'm so small. But I always got people with me. I don't be there by myself. I have security. My friends be there.
Right.
Drip,
Mm-hmm.
my videographer, he be there too. So in a way, I feel safe.
Yeah.
In a way, I don't.
But you never know.
But you never
Could
know.
turn up.
Right.
Yeah. If I was doing that, I'd have to keep the strap on me.
For real? Nah, if you see in my videos, I be having a fanny pack.
Mm-hmm. So they don't know what's in there.
I be having something in there.
Oh.
Sometimes I forget, but sometimes it be in there.
Okay. I feel you. So what was your craziest prank you did so far, you feel like?
I did a lot of crazy stuff. Cause I do concepts for my videos, like putting to sleep NyQuil. So you asking for the craziest concept.
Yeah, but to you, that you feel like was the craziest one. One you were like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. This is kind of too much, but you did it anyway.
I think asking people if they want to get shot, but having a shot glass.
Ooh,
I think that's probably the craziest.
that is crazy as hell.
But I got a lot more.
Yeah, oh for sure.
I be doing a lot of stuff.
No, you got crazy ass concepts.
Yeah, I think that was the craziest one.
And did you come up with that yourself?
No, I actually get my ideas from Jack.
Oh, really?
Or Drip. He helped me too.
Oh yeah, he's very creative. So when you were like first starting to create content, like was there any content creators you looked up to?
Before I did Lexxiam channel. That I looked up to. Yeah, I'm gonna say De'Ara and Ken. They was probably the first couple that I seen on YouTube.
Right.
Other than that, Mr. Beast,
oh yeah,
he's
no
fucking
doubt.
fire.
He's going crazy.
Like I don't know what I gotta do to get on his level, but I'm trying. Okay, like he is so at the top. Like I love it. But as far as like when I was doing my couple channel, I would say De'Ara and Ken. They was like top.
Yeah, they're top notch. They really were going crazy. It's a shame that they weren't able to keep that shit.
I hate it but everybody got to do their own thing.
Right. So, I mean, it happens. You can't force it. But and that's one thing is like I feel like YouTube couples do that. They're like they'll pretty much be over with, but they just keep forcing it and staying together. And for them, it just can't. You can only do that for so long. It's like gotta move on.
Yeah, I feel like if you're not happy, don't stay there. I know a lot of people do that.
Right.
Because they don't want to go work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, or do it on their own because they don't know. Like you created your own channel and you were able to do it. But not everybody has the personality to stand up on their own.
Yeah, that's true.
She did for sure, no doubt.
Yeah, but everybody knew she could.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of people were there for both of them and him, but I feel like she really like put the personality out there. Like they was there for her.
Right. I mean, the numbers show because what he did afterwards was nothing like what she was doing.
Yeah.
So that just shows who was really the personality they were watching. He took the L kind of in the situation too, a little bit.
Yeah, but I know he have other ways to like maneuver.
For sure, no doubt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get deep with you for a second. What was the hardest struggle that you went through in your life?
The hardest struggle. Is this like a kid? Or is it just...
Kid, I mean, whatever. It could be kid.
I have several. Ooh, this a good one. I can't count. Because like, don't know what this out there. I had a lot of hard struggles. I think one was watching my mom go through the things she went through in her relationship. Me being a kid, not being able to do anything about it or help her through it. I think the only thing I could help her with was helping with my little brother. So I tried to do the best I could with that. I went through something with my stepdad that's kind of hard for me to talk about sometimes. But I feel like that was a hard struggle because I couldn't say anything. I didn't know how to say anything. I would say another hard struggle was probably my YouTube channel, trying to figure out how I can do this on my channel alone, not having nobody to back me up really. And then on top of that, having 2 kids on my back is hard too. So I think I have a lot of struggles to me, but I get through them every time.
Yeah.
I feel like God do not play about me. Like, he always gonna find a way for me. So I love that.
It sounds like it. You went through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your mom? What was she going through? You said she was having.
Yeah, my mom. She just had a not so good boyfriend or guy around at the time. But it's bittersweet because he was there for us too, if that makes sense. So it's bittersweet. Like,
Right.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like, he was there for us. He made sure we had everything that we needed. We didn't have to go without. But he wasn't so healthy for us.
So he was there for you, like in a financial way, you're saying?
Yes, financially, like, my mom didn't have to work or nothing. Like, she just had to be a mom, which I love for her on that aspect. But, yeah, the other aspect, it was very unhealthy. We was moving a lot, all over, everywhere. So, yeah, it get a little hard to talk about. But, yeah.
So do you feel like that affects your relationships now? Seeing that growing up?
Yes, I do. I think at first I was kind of going off the relationships I watched coming up, and I feel like it made me a certain way. But as I got older, I kind of like, I wouldn't want to say research, but I kind of researched, and then I'm the woman I am today. So I feel like the way I was acting and the way I was not healthy at first. I was acting crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think now I'm not that because, like, I know what a man needs now. So.
Right. Yeah, our childhoods actually really affect us as an adult. Like, I didn't even realize that, but I had went through some counseling, like with Leia. We was going through some stuff. Mm-hmm. And the first thing that they ask you, or one of the first things they ask you was like, what happened to you as a child? Right. And they go over that. Have you been to counseling before?
No, I actually want to go, but I don't want to go alone.
Right.
So I feel like that's why I haven't been.
Yeah. Well, like, let's say even if you and Jack went together, which would be good too, they're still going to want you to be alone too. Because they want to talk to you about your life.
Okay.
And then they're gonna, so like you'll go there together, but then they're gonna be like, hey, but I want you to come alone sometime so we can talk about you. So either way, you're gonna do it alone. You know?
I have a hard time opening up to certain people.
Right. And maybe that'll help. Yeah. Oh no, for sure. I'm definitely. Yeah. What's your sign? What's your?
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo. Okay.
Yes. What you heard?
I don't know much about Virgo. I ain't gonna lie.
We are exciting, loving people, but we got it in us, you know? So I feel like that's me.
Right. I mean, I feel like if you do open up to a random person, like a therapist, and then telling them all that stuff will help with that. But I mean, I think it's good to open up to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I think that those people who open up to everybody, that's a weakness because people can use that stuff against you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So especially stuff that you shouldn't tell them, you know?
I would much rather open up to somebody at the bus stop. And let me tell you why. I feel like I'm never gonna see them again. So who gives a fuck if they judge me right now? You know? Versus somebody who knows me, or like you say, a therapist. I know what their job is. And it's to analyze you, and you're gonna see this person a lot. So it's like it make it hard to open up.
Right. I mean, basically it's just about facing like what you went through and just kind of like analyzing it and like kind of accepting it and like giving forgiveness too. Sometimes that's hard for anybody you blame. Like even if you don't tell it to them personally, just letting it go, you know? And I feel like you've been, like you said that you've been getting calmer and stuff. You probably are doing stuff like that, like psychologically. But, you know, that always helps. You know, I feel like when it comes to success, like a lot of successful people, they do go to therapy because there's so much you deal with, especially the hate. Like right now, but imagine if we were like at like 5 million followers, 20 million, whatever, like on a level where it's like the hate is crazy, crazy daily. Like a lot of those people, like those people who are dealing with that, especially the ones who have like 20 million followers, so much hate comments going through there. Like it'll get to you eventually, you know? So
I don't read comments.
yeah. So that's how you deal with it.
Yeah, that's how I deal with it. I do not read comments. Sometimes I'll be in my like notifications and I slip up and see one and I'll be wanting to go off. Like,
Yeah,
but sometimes I let them make it. Here and there I'll say something back, but I just don't read comments at all.
That's a good way to deal with
Yep,
it.
it is.
For sure.
Because I don't know what they saying. Like, y'all could keep talking. They be arguing with each other. I don't want to see nothing. Like, I just stay out.
Yeah, that's a good way to deal with it. Because, like, anytime you go viral, they there. And they're talking crazy.
But I hate it because it's like some people in the comments that really love me and really want to support me. And I be wanting to show them love back by hearting their stuff or commenting back.
But then there's too much hate.
I just don't want to see the hate.
Right.
So I hate it for them.
Right. But then it gets me because, you know, it's a YouTube couple. A lot of our content, we're together going viral. I don't really care what they say about me because they already hate me. I'm a white boy at Braves. That's just unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy for anybody. So they're already going to say that. So I think it's funny, but it's when they go after Leia, right? Yeah. That's what makes me mad. I'd be like,
that's your girl. You love her, and really you supposed to protect her. So I know you don't be wanting her to be seeing that stuff. So I feel you on that.
Yeah. So are you and Jack still together?
Are we together? We always together. That's my best friend. We got kids together. So we always on the same team regardless.
For sure. So how do you feel about a relationship, like going 50-50 in a relationship?
This is a good topic. I feel like I see this a lot. But I don't feel any way about going 50-50. Me and Jack have done that before. I feel like, why not? Like, if your dude don't have it all, why not help? You know? Why would you want him to be sitting over there with zero and you got your money, you know, or your half? So I don't think there's nothing wrong with going 50-50. And of course, as a woman, you're supposed to help your man get up to where he can do it by himself. So I feel like 50-50 is not bad.
That's a really good answer. I respect that. I don't know what it is. Like so many girls these days, I don't know if it's like the music or what it is, but they say the craziest shit. The social media.
Yes, like they be seeing all these. They just want to be taken care of. I feel like they don't want to work no more.
You're right though. I mean, any kind of really powerful relationship that's gonna last is gonna take a time where nobody's always gonna be up. There's always a moment where something happens, life hits you, whatever the case may be. Things don't go how you expected, and if your girl isn't able to help at them times. It's just like, then what is it? Like, she's not worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a real quality. And when I see those women saying stuff like, the ones who are like talking shit in the comments to the women who say that they would go 50-50, I'm just looking at like, what? I'm like, y'all crazy. Like, there's no way y'all married. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody would want to marry a girl like that. You know, like that's what's going to mess relationships up. You're going to let your man just fall off completely so that you can spend your money freely.
And then she not going to want him no more.
Exactly. So you got to look at it like that too. So it's like sabotaging the relationship, basically.
Yeah.
So what's the benefit to that type of thought process? I mean, I think that's why it's important you said that though, because girls need to hear that. It's like, if you want to be a real woman, I mean, I don't know what a real woman is, but from my expectation, I feel like a real woman should step up to the plate. I feel like a real man should handle his shit. Yeah. He should try to do it.
I don't agree with a man who can take care of both of y'all but doesn't.
Right.
Because at that point, it's not fair. Like, I'm bringing my half to the table. You got to do your part, which is, of course, provide. Because that's what we're taught, right? Right. A man's supposed to provide. So I feel like if he can provide on his own, then he should. Right. But if he don't have it at the moment, I don't think he should be put down for it or looked at less than.
Facts. I agree. For sure. And for the men who are like can do it and don't do it at all, like the ones who could be out grinding and working but they don't, and they just let their women pay the bills. Right. Now that's crazy.
Now that just ass. That suck. That suck. And that suck for the woman too, because she probably tired.
For sure.
Yeah. That's a lot to carry.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I couldn't do it as a man. like sit there and like have a girl paying all my bills. I mean, I can understand like if let's say I just got out of prison and I'm trying to figure my shit out. Okay, that's
you need
one
a little
thing.
time.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I don't know what job I'm gonna get or whatever, but like if you have a reason, but other than that, or you're sick or whatever, but like
Right.
if you're good to go and you ain't, what you doing?
I feel like a woman that's like trying to carry her and her family, that can make you rough and just your mental not right because you trying to carry all these people and you're not even meant to carry all these people. Do that make sense?
No, for sure.
Yeah, so I feel like that can create a little masculine energy, you know, but I don't know. I agree with everything you said though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like you went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to take a certain amount of toughness to go through things. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's just what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I feel like women should be like that. I mean, because what if something happens? You know what I'm saying? If you got a woman who just don't know how to handle nothing, can't fight, and then something happens to them when you're not there.
Right.
Do you want your woman to just get killed or beat up, or you want her to be able to handle herself?
I hear that a lot. Like, if I pass away, can you handle it? Like, so I hear that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, basically, yeah. Or if something were to happen, can you handle it? If someone breaks in the crib, are you going to be able to do what needs to be done, or are you just going to get killed?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a good thing. So what do you feel like the rules are in a marriage for a woman?
The rules for a woman.
The roles for a woman.
Roles.
Yeah.
I feel like a woman is supposed to... Well, I gotta go off what I'm taught a little bit, right? A woman's supposed to cook, clean, make sure the kids are good. The man provides. So I do feel like that's a woman's role, and to assist her dude or her guy,
Right.
husband, as you say. So I feel like she just supposed to take care of the things that's not on his mind.
Right.
I feel like that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Because on the guy mind, like they're just thinking about how can I stay financially stable? How can I bring more money home? So I feel like everything else the woman can do. Because you don't have to worry about, oh, this ain't paid, you know. And honestly, a guy's role is very hard. And it took me a while to see that. Like, it's very hard. It's not easy at all. So
it is definitely hard as a man, like in a relationship, and I think that women don't always realize that.
Right.
And I do think that is the woman's job. Like from my perspective, at least one of the jobs is to like kind of make his job easier, and not necessarily just financially, but just like taking care of the stuff. You know, they don't have to think about everything, helping them think, because they're so worried about getting money and doing all that shit that like it's hard for them to think about the little shit.
That's true.
So when women are able to help with that, it definitely goes a long ways. No doubt.
I think what relationships go wrong is they don't show appreciation.
Right.
So it make you start being like, what I'm doing all this for, you know?
Yeah, after a while, like after you guys do so much stuff for each other, it's kind of like stop saying thank you. Stop doing things to show appreciation. Yeah, because you feel like it's an expectation. Things become an expectation.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be looked at like that.
Right.
So I do feel like appreciation is needed in order to keep going.
Right.
know?
I feel like that goes for all relationships, even friendships. Because sometimes with friendships, like you guys do things for each other so long that like after a while you stop showing appreciation. People start feeling, I ain't doing that shit for you no more because you ain't do nothing for me in a long time. You know.
Like, what I'm buying you flowers for? You already mine. You
exactly.
know? But,
I feel like that's part of keeping the spice in a relationship. Is showing that appreciation.
Never stop dating them. That's what it is.
Yeah.
When you stop dating them, they don't want to be there no more.
Right. You could fall out of love, for sure. Like, I never really understood what that meant. But I feel like it kind of happened with me and Leia last year a little bit. Because, like, her mom had passed away and there was so much going on that I feel like it just kind of, like, created a distance between us. Like, naturally it could happen. So I understood, like, what that meant. I think we're trying to work on it, you know what I mean? Like, that's why we going through what we're going through right now. But I can understand, like, you gotta always just keep it, like, you gotta act like you guys just started dating always.
Is that hard? Like, having to still be there for her, your whole family, and still trying to date her, still trying to uphold everything. I know it's a lot.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. So how you deal with that? It's my podcast, man. How you deal with that?
Well, what do you mean exactly?
Like, okay, for me, how I deal with things is just being by myself. Sometimes I like to be by water because it's so calming. And so it allows me to think, you know?
Oh, okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
how do you deal with so much on your plate
Yeah.
and still having to wake up and be there for everybody?
Yeah, it's hard, yo. I mean, me personally, I smoke like a motherfucker.
Really? See, I don't smoke. So
Yeah.
when people say that, I'll be like, because I don't really know what it do for you.
Yeah.
So-
well, it's like, okay, I'll give you an example. If, let's say I wake up and I got all this shit that's got to get done. Like, it's like all day grind. Like, you don't even have enough time in the day to do it. But I could, like, if I smoke, I can have a clear mind and do it without being worried about it. Because a lot of times, like, when you're doing something, you're always worried about the next thing you got to do. So you're like, I'm doing this, but the next thing's just kind of like over your head, like, oh, you got this other thing coming up, you gotta hurry up, get it done, hurry up, do it. And then so it affects what you're doing now. You know, so it's like an anxiety you feel when you're doing something because there's always so much more you got to do. So when I smoke, I'm not so worried about that, the next thing. So it helps me lock in now. Like, I'm not worried about what happened yesterday because I forgot, right? I'm high as shit. I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But you don't feel like that slows you down a little bit?
I feel like it does for some people. It does. And I feel like some people need to get slowed down. You know, maybe I do need to slow down because maybe I don't want to be hectic and trying to do it all hyped up. So sometimes that, even though you might get it done faster, it was more stressful for you. It was more stressful for people around you when you're like moving too fast. Sometimes you want to slow down. Sometimes when you slow down, you get the greatest work done than when you speed through it. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, you're taking a test. If I try to do a test fast, probably gonna miss some questions. But if I, you know what I'm saying, if I slow down, I'm probably gonna get more questions right.
Missing questions is crazy.
Yeah.
You mean missing steps?
No, like,
You should not be leaving nothing blank on no test.
well, not missing it, but like
Yeah.
like getting the wrong answer.
Right,
You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
you.
Yeah.
I'm being funny.
Shit, you might do that too, though. Moving too quick, you might skip one. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta fill little bubbles in.
Right.
Might not notice you ain't filling in, but if you're slowing down, but you know, so that's why. I mean, that's just me though. It's not for everybody. You know what I mean? It helps me like deal with it. Like, as far as your question, like, how do I do it? Like, I guess that's my medicine. You know, if I didn't smoke, I probably would be hard to deal with that shit. You know, but I also like try to like be positive as I can. You know, and I find myself being negative. You know, I'm not perfect, but I know the importance of it. And positivity is all in your mind. Like, nobody can make you be positive. That's a personal choice you make to see something from a positive or negative perspective. I always try to see the positive side. Like, when something happens, I always look back at it, I'd be like, it could have been worse. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of times I be forgetting that, like, everything is life. That's just life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'll be like, damn, why do I gotta go through this? But it's just life. So I feel like a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through something. It's not gonna be a cakewalk, you know?
Right. And the way it really is like those bad times, they have a purpose. Because if everything was always good, you would never learn anything. What do you don't really learn from good times. You enjoy it and you love it, but you don't really learn much. You learn from bad times. And whatever you do learn from good times aren't that important. Like, you learn how to drink 5 shots in a row without throwing up. Like, that's the type of shit you learn when you're having good times. You learn how to take a shot in a handstand that gets you drunker. Like that, but like when you're going through hard times, you learn valuable lessons in life about like how to get through things, how to overcome shit. So I feel like it's essential. We have to go through that, but we don't see that at the time. You only see it later after it's over. You look back, you're like, damn, that shit I went through, I hadn't, like, that shit made me who I am today.
I know some people out there like, I don't want to learn shit then. Because
Right.
nobody want to go through nothing. Like,
Right,
I don't
facts.
either.
Unfortunately,
Lord.
no, for real. Unfortunately, it's just one of the things we don't have a choice. And you know what? You don't always learn. Like, some people go through shit and they don't learn from it. That's a personal choice too, because if you learn from it, it won't happen again. That's, but a lot of people go through this. If you see somebody going through the same thing over and over, they ain't learning shit. you know? So if you do learn, and then at least you won't have to deal with it twice, you know, and you can
That's
help
true.
other people avoid the shit. What advice do you have for like up and coming content creators who are trying to make it?
I'm not gonna sit here and say the same thing that everybody say. Be consistent. I'm not gonna say that but you do have to do that. I would say first you gotta try a couple different things because you gotta figure out what your audience likes from you. So you might go out there and do my content and they be like, I don't want that, you know? But for me, they want that. So I feel like you got to figure out what your audience likes. So you might have to try 10 different things, but one of those is going to work. So that's my advice. The next thing I would say is, I know you heard this one before, pay attention to what pays. And that just ties into the same thing, I guess. Just pay attention to what they like from you. Give them what they want. And it'll work. Sometimes, you know, you might wake up to 500 views, but with YouTube, you never know. The next day you'll wake up to 10,000, you know? So everything takes time. So don't think it's going to happen overnight. It never happens overnight for
Facts.
nobody. You agree?
No, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
You said it right about trying different things. Because what happens is people don't do that. They just do the same thing over and over. Kind of like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
About people, about learning. They do the same thing over and over. They learn how to do that better, but they don't realize that for whatever reason, that's not you. That's not for you. And they quit. Because they get the 500 views over and over. They never get the 10,000 because what they're doing isn't the right thing for them, for their viewers, or just for them personally as a person. So maybe they can never get enough confidence to say it believably that you want to get shot. You know what I'm saying? So they tried it, but they couldn't do it. So they just kept doing it and they never got nowhere. So they quit. And so that's what causes a lot of people to quit is not like learning and adjusting, like trying something new. So I definitely agree with that.
I have another one. Be yourself. Oh my God, this is such a big one to me because I see a lot of people who start at something and then they trying to uphold that the whole time, and it's draining, and they don't want to do it no more, but they're stuck doing it. So just be yourself. I feel like that should have been number one.
That is real facts. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Because it comes out genuine. Like when you get really good at being you on camera, like people definitely will like see that. They can feel it. But it's just that a lot of people feel like their self is not good enough. They're like, I gotta be that persona because of me, I'm boring. Right. You know, but it's like the thing is if you feel like you are boring, then figure out some boring content to do that people have to watch. Work. Yeah, because there's like that one white girl does podcasts. I don't know if you've seen her. She always be like real boring and dry. She did an interview with Drake. Her name was Bobby. I forget her. I don't remember her last name.
I feel like I've seen it before. Is it when he was talking about she wasn't a good mom or something? She wasn't at her child's birthday to be there. I feel like I've seen that.
Yeah. I mean, it probably was. She's got a lot of clips out there, but like she's just kind of like dry and boring. But she gets millions of views doing it, interviewing big people like that. Usually people be excited to interview, and she's all like dry, like I ain't even really impressed by you, and it works for her. So it's like she found a way to be her and get views. So it's like people should never feel like their personality isn't good enough. You just have to figure out how to get that personality and use it. Right. You know, and you also are right as well as follow the money, because you don't want to do something that ain't making no money. You know, because no matter what, you're gonna quit.
Yes. Oh my God, you cannot do anything without some money. Jesus Christ. So I feel them like you got to make sure it's work.
Yeah, if it ain't working, you got to switch it up. I mean, you know, sometimes it takes years to make money, but if deep down inside you know I'm never gonna make money doing this shit. You should probably. It's a hobby.
You should probably stop.
Facts. Yeah. It's not. Yeah, for sure. And a lot of people get stuck in that, and that's where people end up like being older and not having nothing because they're like they didn't figure it out quick enough. It's like like even working a job. There's nothing wrong working a job, but I'm just saying like eventually I feel like if you're gonna work a job, you should have a dream or ambition to do more than that. Even if it's just get a better job, but don't just be like, all right, I'm cool right here. So to keep doing this forever, like try to be working towards something bigger. You know what I'm saying? You can't just always just sit there and do the same thing every day.
Are you afraid of things not working out in the long run?
You know,
I feel like that's a fear that I have right now.
that's a fear you have. So what do you feel like won't work out?
I feel like everything is so great right now. I feel like, of course, this is not gonna be working for me later on. I'm gonna find something better to do, But it's just a fear that, like, a fear of falling off, or like just not being able to uphold what you have right now.
Yeah, I
feel like that be on my mind a lot.
I feel like anytime you meet like some success, that's always going to be a fear in the back of your mind because you don't want to go back to where you were. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm not tripping.
Oh no, that's perfectly normal.
Okay.
That's perfectly normal for sure. I think everybody successful feels that way. I mean, for me, like I've been up and down so many times, and I've done like things for so long. I've done the shit where I was doing the same shit over and over, not making no money. So I know, like when I was making music, I did make some money, but I was doing that shit like every day, and it wasn't really making me money. Like I'm talking for like a minute from 16. I still made music, but it's just like. So I feel like, I don't know, I never really feared not making it. I never really feared I'd come short. I always had this drive behind me. And I'll tell you where mine came from. Was from my mom, like before she died. She told me, she said, I don't want to ever see, like, find something you love and don't stop until you make it. That was her advice to me. And then she died. So it always stuck with me. So that's why I go so hard every day and I keep going and going and going and never doubting myself because that's what she told me to do. That was just instilled in me. So that's why I don't fear it. But I feel like but you got more going on than me. Maybe when I get to where you are, I might feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another thing I fear.
What's that?
Losing my mom.
Yeah.
I need that lady.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for your loss too.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh Lord. Okay,
hard.
talk about something. Talk about something.
So what do you feel like is the key to making a lot of money on YouTube?
The key. Now, we're not a locksmith. There are different keys.
That's true.
So I think it all just depends on the person. Like, because if you see a lot of content creators, they start doing something, but if you go all the way up their channel, they're doing something else different now. So I feel like you just have to ride the wave. Literally, whatever is going on, try to hop on that, So I feel like it's not just one thing to do. Like, you always have to, like, it's the new generations. Like, you always have to stay on top of what's going on now. So I feel like it's no key to one thing.
Right.
Or the key to be successful. I think when you find your niche, just ride the wave until it stops. And when it stops, find something else.
Right.
Just don't give up. I feel like that's...
Yeah, that might be one of the keys anyway. I agree. You do have to see what's fresh. Like, 'cause if you do the same thing for too long, everybody in your niche is doing something else now.
Oh my gosh, I hate that. Oh my God, let's talk about that. I do not like when people try to do your exact video. I have people out there that will literally do it exactly like me, the same setting, the same everything. And I hate that. Yeah. And it makes you not want to work with them.
And then you can't do it. Like, you can't do anything about it.
I can't. I just have to let them copy me. Word for word, video for video. And then to see it work for them is like, oh my God. Like, nobody's using their own mind, doing their own thing.
And no credit.
No credit.
But you know what? This is what I think. I think there's a difference between a content creator and like a YouTuber or like a TikToker. And the difference is the content creator is the one creating the content. They're they're at the front of the wave. Like when you said ride the wave, that in the instance you're saying you're the front of the wave. You are the wave. You are the wave. They're riding your wave. You feel me? So that's a powerful thing to be. It's much more powerful to be the wave than the one riding the wave, because whether they credit you or not, they know you're the wave.
Well, honestly, I don't be worried about credit. Like, I don't be worried about them saying, "Oh, I got this from Lexxiam."
Yeah.
It just, if you gonna do what I'm doing, just do it your way. Don't do it exactly how I'm doing it, because now I'm gonna feel away. You know?
Yeah.
But if they was doing my content but making it their own, I don't think I would.
It's
care.
more respectable.
Yeah, it's like, you gonna do it exactly like me. Like, that's so irritating.
Right. I see it all the time. Like, that's all you see on TikTok. Just
Yeah.
copy and paste. Like, someone will do a skit, and then the next time you see the next person doing the same
Next
shit. I mean,
person
I've
doing
done
the
it before
same-
too, so I can't even
Doing the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think when I was on my couple channel, I didn't really care too much.
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on who started the wave.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna feel away.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's always going to be that way.
Yeah.
And you know what the worst thing is when you are the wave, and then someone else riding the wave gets more views than you on the same thing.
Or they waiting for you to drop so they can know what to do next, or you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a powerful place to be, though, no doubt. But I can understand how you feel, because I would feel that way too. And this happened to me as well, no doubt.
No shade.
What do you see yourself doing, like, outside of YouTube?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I'm the kind of person that's like, I kind of wing it. Like, my whole life, it's no book to life. It's no book to being a parent. It's no book to nothing, right? I just wing it, and somehow it just works every time. So I be feeling like God don't play about me. Like, he always gonna make sure that I'm good. So sometimes I try not to worry about how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that, because it just always works.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I wing it. I don't know what I want to do besides YouTube. I know I want to be an actor. So I try to think about how can I get my face out there. Which is the whole point of me doing my YouTube channel, is because I want to be seen by the bigger people to where I can act. You know?
Right.
So that's probably the next place I'm trying to head to, being an actor when I get off YouTube. But sometimes I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to go about it. But I got an idea right now. I just haven't put it out there yet. But I feel like it'll do good.
I saw you was acting in one of Drip's movies.
Short
you did.
films.
Yeah, short film. Mm-hmm.
That's what I love to do. If I could do that, I would be so happy.
For sure. I mean, you could. I think you can do it, no doubt. How is the lines for you? Is it easy for you to remember the scripts?
Yeah, it's easy for me. I think he sent us the lines maybe 4 or 5 days ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because I know when it's shooting, like, you don't got to remember the whole script. You do, but like you're gonna like be able to look at it like before you shoot a scene. So you don't got to shoot all of it without looking at the script. So it's easier.
I feel like relationships is important too, because I had a chance to work with Tim.
Right.
And like he's so goofy and funny. So like even if we messing up, like he make it easier, you know? So it depends on who you working with too. Like y'all can work on it together.
Right.
Find a different way to say things, make it more you know?
Facts. Yeah, shout out to Tim. Yeah, he's funny. For sure. I had him out here a couple of times as well.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my boy. But yeah, I mean, I feel like as far as acting goes, Houston's a good place. But like I was living out in Atlanta, and I was actually in a couple movies and all kinds, shot in a lot of different TV shows and stuff like that for being out there, because it's just going on. They're shooting. They shoot just about as many movies in Atlanta as they do in Hollywood now. So it's a good place to network at in Atlanta, and you can always do like auditions. Like that's really how you're gonna get roles. Like with believe it or not, with everything you have right now, like because like you have a lot of content to show. With everything you have right now, and then just your skills, if you were to go to an audition, I guarantee you can get a big role, a decent role in a movie. At least, or you can start with.
Where do you find these auditions?
I mean, I can show you. There's a website you can go on, and then basically what you got to get is headshots, get pictures taken of like professional pictures, like get a photographer to take those, and you just put these on the website. Like you can submit yourself on the website, and then you could put like your bio, your information. You could put links to your YouTube, and then they'll contact you on some shit. And then you can find auditions. You just got to pull up. They'll give you a script, like do the audition. That's it. Get a part. You could definitely do it.
So I'm going about this all wrong.
No, you're going about it right, because what you've done is you built like a reel, was what they call it. Like when you're doing like if you're gonna like do an audition, you're gonna send them what they call a reel, and you can also do an audition without pulling up. You can do it. A lot of auditions now you just shoot it with on your phone, or you can use a camera, and they'll just give you the script, and then you just act it out, and then you just submit it. You don't have to pull up. It could be in LA, it could be in anywhere, it could be New York, it could be Atlanta where they're shooting, but you submit it from here. And then, but what you have is you have a reel, which means you could take like your stuff, like your craziest scenes you did, and from like some of the short film stuff you shot in, and you can clip out like little parts, like
part.
of you, and then you can just put that into one video, like a minute video or 2 minute, like 2 to 3 minute video.
Right.
And then that's what you submit with your audition. And when they can see your range, they can see your skills. So what you've done is you create a catalog of stuff to show. So you're doing it right, and you got a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers and followers. Right. So they look at that too, because when they want to shoot a movie, they know you could bring some people to watch it because they want to see you, as opposed to someone who don't have no followers or subscribers.
They got an audience.
Exactly. So that's a benefit to that too.
Right.
For sure. Do you believe that there's aliens out there?
Oh my God.
Such an off the wall question.
Oh my God. I do not know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I feel like I'm in the middle of the line. I don't know which way.
You don't know which if there is or not?
I do not think about aliens on a day-to-day basis. So I do not know at all. But if it is one, I want to see what they look like. I ain't going to care. I want to see and run off, you know?
Yeah, there's been so many sightings lately, like in Miami, like a couple months ago. Like all these people were running out the mall and they were saying there was some kind of alien.
People need to stop. They need to stop it.
Like what?
Running out the mall for what?
They said a big old tall alien was walking through that motherfucker, chasing them.
They're crazy. They must have had some glasses on or something. 'Cause that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I believe there's aliens out there, but I don't I'm assuming that they visited here too, because all these people see all these crafts in the sky. I never seen one before, so I don't know. I don't really believe nothing until I see it.
Yeah, I don't really see stuff unless it's a movie.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it make it kind of hard for me to believe.
Yeah.
I seen you ask about dinosaurs before.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe in dinosaurs?
It's like, but where would they have came from? Like, we got so many movies, and like somebody had to have seen it somewhere, you know? So, I don't know. I think I'm in the middle. I don't really know.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that there was dinosaurs, but I also believe that there's more to it than that. I believe that they're finding bones of giants, of human giants, and they're saying that it's dinosaur bones. For some reason, they don't want us to know there was giants. And I don't know.
Damn funny. You just so damn funny. I'm looking at you. I'm doing a laugh. This shit crazy. So you said giant humans.
Giant humans. I think they existed. I don't know why they want to hide it. Yeah, I mean, they're in the Bible. Like, do you believe in the Bible?
Yeah, I do.
So for anybody who believes in the Bible, like they had Goliath. He was a giant. Right. So I mean, if people believe in the Bible, how could they not believe in giants? I mean,
I think it's just because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, facts. I mean, I've seen some basketball players that look like they might be descendants of giants. Like, why y'all so tall? What the fuck?
Right. But I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read the whole Bible.
Right. So, yeah. Right. I mean, there's a couple of chapters where they mention giants a couple different times. So it's kind of like weird. That's what got a lot of people thinking it's possible. But I mean, I think that they've been trying to lie to us about some stuff with them dinosaurs, and that there was giants, and I don't know why they don't want us to know. That's a big question.
What I don't understand though about the Bible is that why is it so many versions? Right. That's weird, right? That's very weird. It should be one version that stick if that's what it was.
That's what messes me up.
That's why I feel like I'm in the middle. I don't know. Like I don't know.
Of believing in the Bible?
Just like dealing with anything, like you say. Just dealing with anything. I don't know why it's be so many versions
of the Bible.
Yeah, it should only be one.
Yeah, I agree. It actually, that was my thing. I didn't really believe in the Bible for a lot of my life, and that's one of the reasons. I believed in God, though. I just didn't believe in the Bible fully. I was just going
to say that. I still believe in God.
Right. I mean, I had times where I was atheist, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I had a pretty messed up childhood, too. Real crazy. So, like, it just made me kind of feel like there's no God. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, and not only that, I never believed in Jesus. The story of Jesus never made sense to me, like certain things about it. So it made me like, for me, it was like, oh, I don't believe in Jesus, so I guess God ain't real. I was young. I don't know where I got that connection from. Later on, I had some experiences in my life that made me did believe in God. And I was like, okay, but I just was like skeptical about the Bible, because there's so many versions, like you said. But I feel like in all reality, the real thing is like there's a level of control here. Whoever has the Bible, like, have you ever seen the movie The Book of Eli? With I think it was Denzel Washington, I think it was. So in the movie, well, I'm not gonna tell you too much about it, but basically they're looking for this book. And it's like this secret book. Like, whoever has this book will run the world. Like, it's that powerful. And he's looking, and like everybody's looking for this book. And they finally find the book. It's the Bible. And I think that that's the truth of this world. Whoever holds the Bible runs the world. You know, it has a lot of power over the world. So that's why, like, the Bible's being written in a way to empower certain people. Like, for example, the Pope and the Catholics and stuff. Like, they're the ones who writ this Bible. The King James Version were written by Catholics. Right. Most of these Bibles are written by Catholics. Well, rewritten, like translated by Catholics in Latin, taken from Latin to English or whatever. So they have a lot of control, like the Roman Empire back in the day. So I feel like they did that to control people. So I feel like there is like a truth to the Bible, but the people who rewrit it to get their power, to be able to control it. So that's what I feel about it. You know what I mean? So now it's like, but we look at it like, man, that was a long time ago. Can we fix it? Like, can we go back and get that's what I'd be saying too. Like, if I can get that original Bible, I feel like it would definitely change the way I see things. I feel like we'd have a clearer vision of the truth.
Right.
No doubt. So what do you have coming up next?
I really don't want to speak on that because I want it to be done right. You know, when it's put out there. But I do got something coming. I think they're going to love it more than what I'm doing right now. I hope they do, honestly, because
what's been working?
I want to be doing. Oh, what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working. But dang, I don't want to keep putting myself in bad positions. You know,
it could go wrong.
2 babies out here, so.
Right.
So I hope that it works. I can tell y'all I have a vlog channel coming. I feel like I'm different. I'm not like the typical girl, right? I'm not hair and makeup kind of girl. I'm like more of a tomboy, but I can be girly still.
Right.
So I feel like my vlogs channel will do good. I feel like it'll do good because, like, I can do a lot of different stuff that regular girls cannot. So I think I'm more interesting. And that's something that I want, like, everybody to know, that I'm really 2 people out here. I'm not just a tomboy. I could be girly too. But yeah, I have a vlog channel and another channel, you know, something crazy coming on there. So I feel like they gonna like it.
So y'all stay tuned to our vlog channel. You know what's crazy is vlogs are huge right now.
Really?
It seems like all the YouTubers are doing vlogs.
Do you think I could vlog?
Oh, yeah,
and it do well?
For sure. Why not?
Because I feel like my audience already has like what they want to see from me. So I feel like me throwing out something different, they're not gonna really mess with it.
Well, this is how I would do it. I would start off your vlogs catching part, like, behind the scenes of you shooting. So, like, part of the vlog could be, like, what's going on, like, when you're with Drip and you guys, then you can get, like, maybe another cameraman to come and shoot from the...
I see what you're saying.
From the background.
In between the break times.
Yeah, and you talking shit and, you know, having fun, whatever, you showing what you're doing, your personality off of that camera. Like, you know, you turn around and talk to that camera, and they can catch some of the shots from the outside, and you can chop that up with whatever else you want to add.
That's a good idea.
And that'll bring people in because they want to see. They want to see that too. We're like, and you know, some crazy stuff might happen in those cutscenes.
Right.
You know, and they'll be like, oh, I got to see that, and that's what you post on Instagram to get them to watch it. So I feel like that's how you do it, incorporate it, and then later on you'll figure out some things like that you want to vlog about. It's vlogs are complicated. Like, it's a little easier when it's like couple vlogs.
Right.
Because you kind of got more stuff you can do with that.
And you got more people to feed off of. Like a vlog, it's just going to be me or whoever I'm with.
So, yeah, I would definitely suggest collabing with vlogs, too. Like, doing stuff with people, you know, and just catching on camera. because it's hard to just talk to the camera like, all right, y'all, I'm doing this, and it's like, and you're just talking to the camera. You're not like, a lot of vlogs are good when it's like it's catching you doing stuff. You're not actually talking to the camera.
I hate those vlogs that's like you holding the camera.
Right.
So of course I don't want to be holding it.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
I don't like that at all. It's like
You got to
boring.
get someone to shoot it. Yeah, for sure. But when you got someone shooting, it's better when you're around stuff,
Yeah,
around
you don't
people.
gotta worry about everything, just holding it too.
Right, and it's a better angle too, because when you're holding the camera, they're only gonna catch so much of what's going on.
Right, gonna catch your little ass head and something else that they don't even care about seeing. So
Facts.
Right.
So, if you could say something to the youth that you feel like you could have heard as a kid, could have helped you out, what would you say?
That's good. What would I say to the youth? It's hard because as a kid, we didn't have all this social media, Instagram and all
Right.
that. I didn't even have a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Me too.
I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I would say stop worrying about social media. Stop trying to be what you see. Because honestly, behind the scenes of the people y'all looking up to, shit is not what it looked like to be. You know? So I feel like they probably look at certain people and trying to be that way, not knowing that those people are probably not happy either. And happiness is everything. I feel like if you're not happy, life is just gonna be hard for no reason. So, also just try to be yourself. Don't try, be yourself, because it's very important. And put yourself first. A lot of times in my life, I did not put myself first, and it made me be in situations that I don't want to be in today, but I have to be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So put yourself first. Sacrifice for yourself, not others. So, yeah.
Facts. I agree, for sure. Being yourself is so important. We touched upon that earlier, too. A lot of people try to be somebody else, and it's like, we were like, if you believe in God, we were put here as somebody, like to be somebody, you know? So, like, the longer you run away from who you are, the longer it's going to take you to really become what you're supposed to be in life.
Do you think that, you know how everyone has a purpose, right? Do you think that your purpose is your kids?
I believe that we have purposes, you know?
Right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So
that's not the only thing.
Yeah, but you know, at the same time, you can look at it deep like this. Your kids are what you do in your life, your kids are watching. You know, like you have 1 million subscribers, you know, and your kids don't even know what a subscriber is yet. But once they do, they're going to be like, wow, like my mom has 1 million subscribers. Or back by then, we might have 10 million by the time they understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? Or really, really comprehend it, you know, like when they get like 10 years old, they can kind of appreciate it. And they're going to look up to you. I mean, even if you don't, however many you have, just from where you are right now, they will look up to you. Should they look up at you at 500K? You know what I'm saying? So that, like what you instill in your kids by having success and making the money you make and giving them the life that you offer them, that's your purpose. Like that's one of your purposes. Like even though you feel like my purpose is to be great, I want to be something great in life. But in that process, there's so much you teach them. The discipline, how hard you work, all the things you have to do to make it to where you are. So by doing that, it does so much for your kids, just fulfilling your purpose. And then as long as you're good to your kids, you teach them right, you're fulfilling all the purposes, you know?
Right.
So that's what I think. I think that if somebody doesn't think their kids are their purpose at all, that's a problem.
Right.
But if you only think your kids are your purpose and you know you don't do for yourself as you should, you won't be happy.
Right.
And if you're not happy, your kids aren't happy. Because, you know, you talked about what you went through as a child, you know what I'm saying? Like if the parents aren't happy or they're not acting like the way that you would expect them to act, they're not positive and stuff, the kids will feel that way.
Since we're talking about kids, I want a daughter.
You want a daughter?
Eventually. I feel like I would just have a soft spot for her.
Right.
I really want one. I just want to know what it's like. Because I have 2 boys. They're like so rough. But I know they love me to life.
Yeah, I like them.
So,
From the times I met them. I think I met them both, but like separately.
Yeah.
For some reason. But yeah.
They're my little kings.
Yeah, they cool. I like them.
I just really want a daughter so bad.
So what would you do if it was a son?
I do not know. I would be very disappointed. I would cry.
Yeah.
You know, when you're pregnant, you already have a lot of emotions. I'm going to break down. Like, I already can see.
Because, like, I wanted a son, but I never said nothing. I didn't speak on it. I felt like if I didn't speak on it, I would get what I wanted. Because she was not only speaking on it, my baby mama, she had her grandma put a whole blanket together that was pink, like girly.
Really?
Before we knew. So we were in the room, like after like 4 months or however many months it had to be, 5 months, and we found out it was a boy, and I was smiling. She slapped me. She slapped me in front of all her friends, cussed me out. You're too happy. I said, I'm like, I left.
Oh my God.
She slapped me, bro.
When I Jack jumped out of a plane for our gender reveal, right?
Wow.
So the first twin, I think it was the parachute color, which was blue.
Wow.
So when we got blue for the first one, I started praying so hard in my head. I'm like, please, God, please, a girl. And then I think the second gender was like blue smoke. And like, I really did not know how to react. So I was like, no, I have 3 males walking around. Like, I do not want this.
So you had to go through 2 disappointments instead of 1.
Well, I wouldn't say a disappointment.
Yeah. But you had to get let down twice.
I had to get let down.
Twice in a row.
Once, because I wanted a boy and a girl.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Got you. So at first you were like, cool.
Yeah, I was
okay.
like, cool, it got me a son. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the second one, gotta be a girl. And it was a boy.
That would have been perfect.
I know.
To have a boy and a girl, twins.
But I think that I'm kind of happy it went that way. Because me wanting a girl, I probably would have been closer to the girl. Because that's what I wanted. And I never want to neglect no child of mine. You know? So
yeah.
I feel like God had to make it happen this way.
Right.
Now this time, God, I need a girl.
I mean, they got 2 best friends for life.
Right. I got 2 Valentines forever. So I think it's great. I just want a girl still.
Yeah.
I don't want no more kids until like they're like 7. Because I need them to be able to help.
The help and stuff.
Yeah, you got to be able to go make that bottle, you know. So I feel like when they 7, be perfect time.
Yeah, I want to have a son. I mean, with Leia. I mean, well, if we.
I feel say you have one.
Yeah, well, yeah, I have one, but I mean, like another one. Yeah. But I wouldn't really mind, like, if we ended up having a kid and it was a girl. It'd be whatever.
It's crazy you putting it out there right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think girls are freaking awesome.
For sure.
And I just want her to look like me, honestly.
A mini you.
Yeah, a mini me.
So before we get out of here, tell them where they can follow you at, where they can find you on Instagram, YouTube, everything.
You can follow me on Instagram at Lexxiam, Lexxiam. That's also my YouTube. My TikTok is Lexxiam_. And y'all can find me on TV very soon, okay?
Yeah. Speak to existence.
I do want to leave a message here for my kids because this is going to be here forever, right? I just want to tell y'all I love y'all to life. Y'all are everything to me. And work hard. Don't give up. Whether I'm here or not, I'm rooting for y'all. And I'm not going to cry. I'm so sensitive. I look so hard to, like, out there. But I'm probably the sensitive person that somebody will meet. I cry for everything. Nobody knows that. But yeah, I love y'all. And I appreciate everyone out there supporting me. This has been a journey. This journey is not over. So
I will say before we leave.
And thank you for inviting me.
For sure.
To your podcast.
I appreciate you coming.
I'm honored.
You were on time, which is rare.
Rare, right? I'm rare.
Well, yeah.
Jack always tell me I'm a unicorn. And I believe him.
You're definitely different, no doubt. And I'll say that I definitely see a big future for you. You got big things
Thank
coming.
you. I need to
huge
hear
things
that.
coming for sure.
Cause sometimes I be like ready to lay down for 3 days. I'm tired, but I gotta get up.
For sure. I mean, you got to get your rest, but definitely keep going, keep grinding. I could see you being in movies, TV, and anything you want to do, I believe you can do. You definitely have a strong spirit, so just keep it going.
Thank you. We out.
We'll see y'all next episode.
It's time to let it flow.